I'm selling my 1971 Chevrolet C10 pickup. I wanted to do a quick video for a walk around for a prospective buyer. The truck was originally red and has been painted over just with rattle can with just a gray primer. I did not do that. It was the previous owner. The history of this pickup was it was bought brand new here in Middle Tennessee by an older gentleman in 1971, and he drove it up until about 10 years ago when he gave it to his son, who then drove it for a few years, and his other son then took possession of it and was sitting in a carport for about 4 years up until about a year ago when I purchased the vehicle. It was not running at the time. Again, it had been sitting for about 4 years, so it needed a little persuading to actually get started. I put in a new rebuilt carburetor and a new water pump, spark plugs, and surprisingly it actually fired right up with a new battery, of course. The truck is pretty rough condition from a body perspective. I think you'll see that with any 71 Chevy. You can see clearly that the door rockers are rusted through. We have a little bit of damage here on the back. My mother-in-law actually backed it into it with her BMW. Won in that fight. Basically every body panel except for the tailgate and the hood have pretty significant rust. I use this as a vehicle to haul my garbage on the weekends. The bed is rusted typically on the sides. I just have some plywood down here just to protect what's remaining. There's not like huge holes or anything in the middle of it, but it is rusting around the sides, which is pretty common for these vehicles. Right now I have four, these are the factory wheels. And I do have the center caps from the original Chevy center caps as well for these. This is a Longbed 2-wheel drive, 3-speed with a Chevy 307 V8. Again, the glass is good all the way around, except for the driver's side mirror, which is cracked, and that was from me actually just trying to adjust it. I cracked the mirror. But the glass on the windshield is good. It does have a little bit of scoring, looks like from the windshield wiper from the previous owner. The windows do roll up and down with some persuasion. Of course, with the doors being as rusted as they are, you have to move the glass around a little bit to get it to go up and down. The rockers, like I said, are pretty bad all the way around. The cab corners are rusted through as well. Really the only dent on the whole truck is the one on the other side from where the mother-in-law backed in. Otherwise the sheet metal is pretty straight on it. I'm going to do a quick walk into the interior here. Again, it was red from the factory, so you can see that there is red interior through and through. Red carpet, or it used to be red at least, throughout. Being a 71, of course, your gas tank is in the cab here with you. Black vinyl, there is a tear in the vinyl right there. Otherwise, it seems to be in fairly decent condition. Just have a few floor mats here covering up the original red carpet. The floor pans are rusted, so that is something that would have to definitely be addressed if you're trying to do some sort of restoration or a daily driver even. You do get some exhaust smell in the cab of the truck as well, just because the exhaust system is leaky. It does not, doesn't always channel out the back real well. So the original shifter, the 3-speed, 3 on the tree, has been converted to 3 on the floor. So if you're like me and you've never driven a 3 on the tree, but you've driven plenty of manuals, this truck will work for you. It has the original factory radio, has the AM GM there. There is no AC. It does have heat. Came from the factory with a heavy duty suspension. And there is, of course, a dash pad here as well. The lights do work all the way around. This was a daily driver for these gentlemen for a long time, so the lights do work without any persuasion, which is great. I have warmed up the truck to get the choke to cut off, so let's fire it up here real quick and see how we do. Clutch in, give it a little bit of gas. She fires right up. The parking brake does not work, so I'm using a shock back here on the back wheels. You can hear her. Let's go and we'll open up the hood and see what this 307 V8 looks like. There she is. New fuel filter, spark plugs, water pump, battery, rebuilt carb. That's really all it took to get this thing running. I just keep changing fuel filters on it because the gas tank does probably need to be drained. I've drained all the coolant as well, so it has new antifreeze. And I'm going to change the water pump. Let's give her a little gas, see how they do here. Purrs like a kitten, no squealing. Actually, idle's pretty good for a vehicle with 125,000 miles on it. I did put on a new fuel pump just for good measure because they're cheap and because the gas system was a little gummed up. But again, I just keep changing the fuel filters on it. Overall, great, reliable truck. I drive it every weekend. It is insured and it is registered as a antique auto in the state of Tennessee. Actually do have the spare for it, if you can see that up there. Again, if you're expecting something that is just a beautiful truck, this is not for you. It's $1,500, so it's very reasonable from a cost perspective for something that actually does run and drive. Is it a daily driver? If you like to have standard brakes and you like to have standard steering, that's a battle that you are welcome to have. It's not a creature comfort type of truck. It takes some muscle to actually drive it. But it is fun. It's not fast by any means, but it runs, drives straight the way that it's supposed to. The brakes seem to work pretty well. Otherwise, it's time to let her go. We're moving, and I have no room for it. So please shoot me a text or an email, and we'll talk. Thanks a lot.